We are anonymous, no faces, no flags, no parties. We exist where power lies to itself and hopes no one is listening. Tonight, we are listening, and what we are exposing is not exaggeration, not satire, not partisan noise. It is a real-time collapse, a humiliation so public, so desperate. It couldn't be hidden even with tens of millions of dollars in corporate backing. This is the story of the Melania Trump movie, the Craigslist scam that followed, and the way the entire illusion fell apart in front of everyone. Melania Trump is having one of the worst days of her life, and that's saying something considering she is married to Donald Trump. On top of her Vanity documentary being absolutely roasted by critics, comedians, and audiences alike.
All the people in the movie are giving it rave reviews. That's enough for me.
The only people giving it rave reviews appear to be the people involved in the movie itself. And when that happens, you already know the project is dead on arrival. The film, backed by Amazon MGM and reportedly costing between $40 and $70 million, didn't just flop. It collapsed. Empty theaters, abysmal ticket sales, review bombing on every major platform. And then, because that wasn't humiliating enough, someone tried to pay people to watch it. Yes, pay them. As reports rolled in showing that theaters weren't exactly being stormed by eager viewers, things started to look bleak. In the UK, according to reporting, some cinemas sold as few as 2 tickets for opening night screenings. 2, not rows, not sections. 2 individual human beings, and in response to that disaster, someone in Boston, either a mega sycophant or the most incompetent political operative alive, posted a Craigslist ad in the gig section. The ad offered free tickets to the Melania documentary plus $50 cash on top of that, with the very clear stipulation that you had to remain in your seat for the entire duration of the film. Read that again. You had to stay seated the whole time or no money. That's not marketing. That's coercion. That's desperation. That's a grift so naked it forgot to put pants on. The original ad read like a cry for help. Attend the Melania documentary at any Boston area theater during opening weekend. Free tickets plus $50 per seat occupied. Must remain in seats for entirety of the film. And the way it was written, it sounded exactly like what you'd expect from Trump world logic. Go to the bathroom. Sorry, no $50. Stand up to stretch. Payment denied. Because if there's one thing Trump supporters understand deeply, it's how to nickel and dime people while calling it patriotism. And here's the funniest part. The grift didn't even work. As people online started screenshotting and laughing at the ad, the poster updated it, claiming they had an incredible response, and that the promotion was now at capacity. They framed it as a heroic effort to give true American patriots a chance to see the best documentary ever created, while providing much-needed relief for Biden's economy. Yes, they actually wrote that. Then came the panic. After the ad went viral and attracted national attention, it was suddenly shut down. Why? Because according to the updated post, legal counsel advised that paying people to attend the film could violate campaign finance laws. Imagine that. Trump world pretending to care about campaign finance laws. Donald Trump has treated campaign finance law like toilet paper his entire adult life. But suddenly now it matters. The update blamed the lunatic left fake news media and corrupt election laws. They claimed the film was sold out everywhere, which was an obvious lie. They even used the opportunity to push Melania's merchandise, urging people to buy jewelry from her website. The whole thing read like a parody, but it wasn't a parody. It was real, and it was a complete collapse. Meanwhile, the film itself was being annihilated online. On Letterboxd, users were review bombing it into oblivion, many explicitly stating they had not watched the film and did not intend to. And they weren't subtle. Reviews read like protest signs. I didn't watch this and I'm not going to. Fuck ICE. Another did not watch. Fuck ICE, fuck Trump, fuck anyone who supports New Age Nazis. Another, who the hell wanted this? These weren't just movie reviews. They were political statements. A coordinated act of peaceful protest aimed squarely at a propaganda piece released during nationwide ICE protests. And things somehow got even worse. The film was privately screened for a select group of about 70 guests on the same night federal agents shot and killed 37-year-old nurse Alex Pressa in Minnesota. The tone-deaf timing alone was grotesque. And then people started looking more closely at who was behind the camera. The documentary was directed by Brett Ratner, a Hollywood director who had stepped away from the industry after being accused by multiple women of sexual assault in 2017. He denied the allegations, but his reputation never recovered, and recently his name appeared in the Epstein files. Yes, those Epstein files. And here's where the story stops being funny and starts being disturbing. On the same day the Melania movie was released, a new tranche of Epstein documents was made public. Over 3 million additional pages, 2,000 videos, 180,000 images, released 6 weeks after the deadline. And buried in those documents was something that made people stop laughing and start paying attention. A gushing email from Melania Trump to Ghislaine Maxwell. Not a rumor, not speculation, an actual email. At the time, Melania was still Melania Knaus and was dating Donald Trump. The email from 2002 reads exactly like this, and we are going to read it in her own words. Dear G, how are you? Nice story about Jeffrey Epstein in New York Mag. You look great in the picture. I know you are very busy flying all around the world. How was Palm Beach? I cannot wait to go down. Give me a call when you are back in New York. Have a great time. Love, Melania. That's not anonymous acquaintance energy. That's friendly. That's familiar. That's affectionate. And in a later email, Ghislaine Maxwell refers to Melania as Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea. The same Ghislaine Maxwell, who is now serving 20 years in prison for trafficking minors for Jeffrey Epstein. And people are supposed to believe it's just a coincidence that the Melania movie drops on the exact same day these documents resurface, that the flood of headlines about an embarrassing documentary might conveniently distract from renewed scrutiny of Epstein connections. No, we're not letting that happen. The Daily Beast watched the film so you wouldn't have to, and their review was brutal. They called it an unbelievable abomination of filmmaking. They joked about surviving the experience, and wondered why no one was outside the theater selling "I survived the Melania movie" t-shirts or mugs. They described paying $20 for a ticket as robbery. They mocked the bone-chilling walk to the theater. They said the only redeeming moments were scattered unintentional laughs. And then there was the scene that may live forever in internet infamy. Melania dancing to YMCA, alone, using the wrong hand gestures. The reviewer described it as if someone accidentally turned the robot controls up too high before frantically correcting them. A moment so bizarre it almost felt like satire, except it wasn't. And one goofy moment does not make a worthy film. Jeff Bezos reportedly burned between $40 and $70 million of his own money on this project. For him, it's chump change. For the rest of us, it's a grotesque display of excess. And what did that money buy? A mockumentary that wasn't supposed to be a mockumentary. A vanity project about arguably the most useless first lady in modern American history, married to one of the dumbest and most destructive presidents the country has ever seen. So let's recap. A movie no one asked for. Empty theaters. Review bombing as protest. A Craigslist ad paying people to attend. The ad pulled for campaign finance violations. Lies about being sold out. Merch shilling. A director tied to scandal. Epstein files released the same day. A love letter to Ghislaine Maxwell. And a global audience laughing, cringing, and walking away. This isn't just about a bad movie. This is about power believing it is untouchable. This is about propaganda failing in real time. This is about money influence and celebrities smashing headfirst into public reality and losing. We are anonymous. We exist for moments like this, when the mask slips, when the grift is exposed, when the illusion collapses under its own weight. Share this. Talk about it. Don't let it be buried. Make this video travel further than the Melania movie ever did, because silence is what they rely on, and exposure is what they fear. We are anonymous, and we are not done.